one. Oh
Welcome into the Ringerverse. This is the Ringers Nexus podcast feed for all things fandom. We are Steve, the architect. Just wait till y'all hear the post credits.
Yeah,
Jomi
man.
explain it at dinner on. You got questions, he's got answers. Old man Van, he of the receding resurgent hairline. Cold baby Chuck, the 24 karat closer. Together we are known as the Midnight Boys. Follow us on socials, Insta, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. Save Jomi's job. Jomi.
Fellas, we are blowing up right now. We are doing incredible stuff on there. I just want to thank each and every one of you for coming every day, putting your hard hat on, and making it happen. You guys are amazing.
Are Van and I finally okay with your mother? Has she forgiven us?
Nah, she actually sent me a video to send to y'all. Y'all got to lock in.
What's the video?
It's about Nigerians and how,
Which she sent you like a history?
No, history. Video? Just like hey man, like Nigerians, I'm not gonna say. I was gonna say it's been hard, but it's been hard for all of us black people. You know what I mean? But like how it is being Nigerian, and y'all need to learn and respect it.
I don't need to learn shit. Like,
sorry, wait, I got a video. I want to know this video.
I'm gonna watch the video.
No. By the end of the episode, honestly, we should all watch it together.
It's 4 minutes. I don't know.
I will watch the video, but I think it's pretty evident that the people that tell me that Nigerians have a different relationship to generational trauma and all of that.
All right, man. That's one guy. That's one guy. I'm not messing with him. No.
I assumed that it was all the same. Shout out to him. Shout out to everybody. It's all gravy. Oh, you know what? Speaking of Nigerians, Wale drops today. How about that?
That's right.
Like, let's talk about the niggas we fuck with. Like Wale drops today. Go get it. One of the best rappers making some of the best rap out there. Wale dropped today. Go get the Wale.
100 Miles of Running mixtape about nothing.
Shout out to Cass. Don't try to drive a wedge between me and Nigerians, because we've been fucking with each other.
First of all,
did you say
Nigerians?
Nigerians. They told me I was a kata. That's how I learned it from your people. All right.
Look in the mirror. What are you doing?
We're on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, share. You can watch every Midnight Boys and House of Art episode on youtube.com/@Ringerverse and also on Spotify on Tuesday. But MASH is discussing Battlefield 6, Call of Duty Black Ops, and Ark Raiders. But MASH brought to you by the Military Industrial Complex. What is wrong with that? House of Art. Butt Mash to say, fuck it. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I want to go on Butt Mash.
I was just on Button Mash for this week's episode.
I talked about horny ass fucking video game.
It's a great game.
It's a great game, guys. They got you fucking.
Nah,
so here's the thing, right?
What's the game?
Dispatch. It's a wonderful game. Actually, one of the creators, Pierre, shout out Pierre. He's a fan of the podcast.
Oh shit.
Wait, the nigga created the video game?
Yeah, he's the head of the studio, was the narrative director.
He's the head of what studio?
Ad Hoc Studios.
And he got a video game out?
Yeah.
Is the game popular?
Yeah.
The game is it's the most popular game on right now.
Okay, fuck fans, Pierre. We getting some money. We have our own ideas for games, Pierre. I don't want people that are fans like Pierre is. I know Pierre likes he's a fan of Midnight Boys or a fan of Button Mash? Pierre, no fanship. We got to get money. If you watching this show, if you
have any motion in the industry,
if you watching this show right now,
you got a ton now,
and you like, oh my God, I'm the head of development at Lionsgate. No, if you really fans of us, bring us in there, and it's time to get money.
The only thing I know about this video game is I keep seeing cutscenes where it's like, do you want to kiss the blonde bombshell?
So my thing is this, Pierre. No, that's the type of timing we on. Pierre, what's up with you? What about us?
Wait, am I wrong? Is that not part of the game?
That is absolutely part of the game. That's like the main attraction of the game.
Jacking off.
But the problem is, so I talked to Ben and DC. Shout out my guy Daniel Chin, and Ben talked to the creators of the game, to Pierre and another one of the fellas, and apparently I messed up so incredibly bad that those guys were shocked at how bad I messed the game up.
Yeah.
Why?
It's basically like a choose your own adventure, and like it dictates, like, your choices in the game dictate like the ending of the game and how things play out. It's like a TV show.
Right.
That you like make your own decisions in.
And I got the bad ending.
Am I trying to play this game?
I got the bad ending, and I thought like it was regular degular, and they were like, actually no. The only way you could have got that ending if you were playing with your eyes closed in the dark with your butt cheeks. and I was
You
just
playing
like,
with your
wow.
ass?
Kinda, yeah.
That's what I'm
All
talking
right.
about.
It was tough.
So this game,
man.
so this shit is blowing up.
It's
Pierre.
blowing up. It stars Aaron Paul, Jeffrey Wright. It's
Oh,
got
so he fans of them too. He put them in the game. I'm not fucking with Pierre. Like it
What?
is.
See how they turn on you?
why Pierre? Hey, I mean, I would love to be in the game. You know what I'm saying? But we love you, bro.
I
Don't
heard
let
they
him.
cut out the sex scenes though.
No, they didn't.
They absolutely
What-
did not.
Wait,
When
you
what?
can wait. So wait.
Oh no.
Oh, you know what? Wait a second. You guys always are getting on different people. Y'all playing goon. Y'all fucking on the video game.
I promise you, that's not even close to the Gooner games that are out there. Marvel Rivals
Well,
is more of a
did you
Gooner game
know
than this.
Marvel
during your
Rivals is not a
playtime?
Gooner
Did you
game.
fuck
Marvel
the
Rivals
woman
is-
in this game?
You can't.
I
You
feel like
can't
the oldest
actually
nigga on
have
Earth.
sex with them. It's just a little cutscene. But hopefully in
Holy
season
shit.
2.
Right.
You know
So
what? I'm saying?
what? So what?
We get the quick time
Dispatch.
God of War.
What platform is Dispatch on?
It's on PS5 and Steam, so you can play it.
Yeah.
Bro, we can get you a code, man. Shout out, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, give me a code.
Or you
All
want to support my man Pierre? $30.
Nah, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it, man.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm
support the
gonna do
homie.
something that Pierre doesn't do.
Give us money.
I'm gonna support. I'm
Hey, Pierre, don't listen to him,
gonna
bro.
do something
You don't
that
know
Pierre
this man.
doesn't do. I'm gonna support Pierre's economic endeavors.
Right.
Because Pierre got the hookup and he puts Aaron Paul on it. You know what I mean? So
You try to voice
Emmy winner?
Robert Robinson?
I'm a support because you know what? I watch Pluribus. You know what I mean?
Great shit.
$15 million an episode, by the way.
It's worth it.
Worth it,
Okay.
man.
That's what it-
That
I
show was
thought
great.
It's worth it.
You didn't watch the new one? The new one?
Whoa, no spoilers on the third one. I will just say, if I was in that world, there's a couple celebrities.
That-
I'd be like,
that
well,
French-
shit.
that Frenchman is my goat. That Frenchman. I would like to ride Air Force One.
Come on, man. What's wrong with you,
He's
man?
really thinking. He's really
on
thinking.
today's show. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
They can't let
It's
us
my
record on
fault.
Fridays, man.
Yeah. The Midnight Boys react to The Running Man and the official confirmation of Superman 2's villain. Running Man spoiler warning. This will be a spoiler-filled episode for all things Running Man. And that includes the 1987 Running Man that stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Richard Dawson, Jesse Ventura's in that, I think.
Just
as
Yeah.
well. So that movie we'll probably be talking a lot about, as well as the Richard Bachman novel. Richard Bachman, of course, a pseudonym for
Mhm.
Stephen King, which this movie is very faithfully adapted from.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to get into the Midnight Manifest to put you guys in the know about the movie. But before we do that, Steve, run the spoiler warning.
We're getting ready to talk about The Running Man. You're listening to a reaction podcast. The spoilers are coming.
All right, this is your Midnight Manifest for The Running Man, directed by Edgar Wright, screenplay by Michael McCall and Edgar Wright, starring Glenn Powell, Lee Pace, Michael Cera, Jamie Lawson, Coleman Domingo, and Josh Brolin. All right, so Glenn Powell, aka Ben Richards, is a desperate, out-of-work and blacklisted father running out of time to cure his young daughter of the flu. To get his wife and daughter out of poverty, Ben decides to audition for the dystopian media network that ruled Co-op City and the larger world. Ben's fiery passion and anger catch the eye of producer Dan Killian, who selects him for The Running Man, a deadly game show where runners try to evade assassins. If they survive for 30 days, the winner gets $1 billion, but no runner has ever made it that long. Ben promises Killian that he'll return to kill him, though. Ben is then joined by 3 other runners, Jenny and Tim, and given a 12-hour head start before the hunters start to chase the trio. But our hero quickly learns that Killian, along with his head hunter, Evan McCone, will go to any lengths to manipulate the players and audience in order to provide the most entertaining show. Through Ben's guile and determination, he becomes a symbol for the poor to stand up to their game show TV oppressors. As the game nears an end on a network plane, Killian tells Ben that his family was killed. Since the grieving father has nothing left to live for, Killian offers the popular contestant a chance to take over as headhunter. Ben kills the airplane crew, Evan, and fakes his own death, but becomes a martyr in the process. And then at movie's end, Ben reunites with his family and makes good on his promise to destroy the Running Man competition. And Killian, that has been your Midnight Manifest for The Running Man. I will start with you, Van. What were your thoughts on this movie?
Didn't like it, and let's have a conversation about the movie. So the movie is a very faithful adaptation of the book. I talked a little bit about this on The Big Picture with Sean and Amanda. All right. If you go to see The Running Man, will you not have a good time? No, I'm not saying that. There's a lot of fun to be had in this movie, particularly in the first portion of it, right? The first act and a half, 2 acts, you can have some fun. The movie falls off so dramatically by the time we get to the last part of it, that it ends up just not being something that can hold itself together. That's one thing. Second thing is this. Let me get back to the adaptation part of it, though. You're adapting this movie from the book, which is a completely different tonal experience than most things that you go to the movies to see. The book is it's a look at a dystopian future through this playing out of this game. But the book has a very direct purview into that, right? In order to make this movie and be that faithful to the source material, you'd have to do either one or two things. You'd have to either make this a lot darker, like a lot darker,
Yeah.
and more about the relationship between Ben and his family and Ben and society, and more about almost like they made, you know what? A good tonal comparison to this movie made, it would be like Escape from New York.
Mm.
It would have to be something in that vein that has that type of feel to it. But this film tried to kind of split the baby a little bit.
Yep.
And be a zany, wacky action movie, and also be a look into this whole dystopian world. And they don't meld very well. That plus something else. I know it is heresy to say anything negative regarding this particular actor. He is the number one most liked guy around, and I like him.
Yeah.
Liked him in Twisters. Liked him in
Top Gun Maverick.
Liked
The
him
Dark
in
Knight Rises.
Hitman,
Liked
dude,
him
yeah.
in
Spy
The
Kids
Dark
3D.
Knight. Liked him
Spy Kids
in
3D.
all of this stuff. He is miscast here.
Yeah.
And if maybe he could have masked that with something else, it could have worked, but it just doesn't work in the totality of this film. It just doesn't.
This is one of those movies when you look at all of the ingredients on their own, you're just like, oh, I can envision this in my head, where you look at what Edgar Wright has done throughout his filmography and you're just like, oh, I can see exactly what he saw in the Schwarzenegger version of that movie and the kitschy feel of that, but also the darker elements of the Stephen King book. And you could see in Glenn Powell, you're just like, yeah, Glenn Powell is charming in interviews and in this and that. And when I sat down for the movie, to your point, I was like, oh, this movie wanted to be everything, so it's almost nothing. And I think the other thing that when I took a step back from it, I think it's dealing with is that we're almost living in a world where we've gotten so many Running Man adjacent movies, where this has almost become an industrial complex of its own, whether you think of Hunger Games or Squid Game. I think we've gotten a lot of these movies and stories about late stage capitalism run amok and what people will do on these game shows to feed their families or to save themselves. And this movie almost seemed like it just came 10 years too late.
10 years too late. Not only that, but those films also have a very direct commentary. They're saying something about that. The show that they tease at the beginning of The Running Man, where the guys run on the hamster wheel,
Yeah.
they would make that show.
Yes.
I'm looking at that where you're running on the hamster wheel and you're answering questions as your heart rate goes up.
Yeah.
When I'm watching that, maybe in 1985 or 1995 or 97 or whatever, seeing that on screen is so jarring. Oh my God. I'm looking at that shit. They will put that on.
That's all Netflix.
it's
If
that-
you go
that-
on Netflix
they
right
made
now,
a real
you'll
Squid
see some
Game
comedy
comedy.
show.
Right.
That's just the craziest shit ever.
Coming up after The Masked Singer, we have Hamster Wheel.
So I guess what I'm saying is to all of this is that obviously this film has something to say about all of those subjects that you just brought up, but it won't shout them.
Yes.
You have to shout them. Squid Game, you see the violence in the show. Hunger Games, you see the ripping apart of families. You see the scarcity. You see the deviousness and the inhumanity of the Capitol. It's there and it's in the air. You have to grab it. This film is like eating around the edges of that. It wants to be a 4-quadrant movie about dystopia, and it just doesn't get there.
I think the biggest indictment about the film is that its predecessor, the movie that came out in 1987, has more to say about late stage capitalism and AI than the movie that came out in 2025. Like it just does. It's weird and it's baffling. And I think, I mean, we'll talk a lot about Glenn Powell, but I think a lot of it lays at the feet of Edgar Wright, honestly, because this is the least Edgar Wright movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
There's no flash, there's no substance. It's not a lot of fun, which I think is the worst part. You got Glenn Powell, you got this entire universe, and I know that you want to say something, there's a message to be said, but the first movie is like, it's silly, it's zany, you know, they've got all the one-liners. It's very late 80s, but at least I'm having fun watching this movie. For this one, like there are some scenes the movie does have picks up some momentum, and then it just like literally like halts in its tracks and stops. And you're sitting there for the next like 40, 45 minutes going like, what am I doing here?
Looking at this movie as a big Edgar Wright fan, he's one of my favorite directors. He's made some of my favorite movies. Seeing something like The Running Man, again, like Charles said, like the match for this property for a director feels like it's made in heaven because he is a fan of these movies. He is so good at paying homage and making great send-ups to these classic genre films. Hot Fuzz was an amazing send-up to action films. Shaun of the Dead, a perfect send-up to zombie films, along with being a great comedy. This is something that a person that knows how to make a good homage can handle, but it doesn't seem like he has a good handle on what the actual substance of the satire can be. It's what makes RoboCop something that's both immensely satirical and a great action movie. He kind of knows how to make a great comedy and a great action movie, but the actual substance of a satire is something that's like not too nuanced for him, but I think is slightly ignored in this adaptation.
You know what? I think that if we'd have paid more attention, and if we had more of a relationship with the novel, we'd have realized that Edgar Wright is actually not the right person to direct this film.
Possibly.
Because I haven't read the novel, because I've saw the movie, I was like, oh, Edgar Wright can make...
You just think Edgar Wright's temperament with The Running Man, home run, right?
Yeah.
You just think his way of doing his thing, home run. But when you think about it, there has to be a sinisterness in this film, and there has to be a directness to it that's kind of not what he does. He's an incredible auteur and like always has something to say, and always, to your point, is able to take a genre and bend it. But like this movie didn't need that.
No.
This movie needed direct commentary, scene by scene, and it needed an actor who could say, I'm immiserated and I'm fucking angry about it. Not I'm kind of mad. And it needed a director who could say, this is a society that is so broken that people have to put their lives on the line. Not that they're kind of having fun. Not it just wasn't. It almost was like, it almost seems like the movie that comes first that directors learn from.
Yeah.
Didn't go. It would have seemed like this film would have been the first Running Man that was made, and the Running Man that was made in 87
is perfected and
would
honed.
have been the second film. And someone just goes, you know what? Brainless violence where there's a clear antagonist and a clear running for your life type of situation. That's what this film needs to resonate with people.
Also, is this the ugliest looking Edgar Wright movie, where when I was watching this, I was just like, this could have been made by anyone. When I watch like Shaun of the Dead or like Scott Pilgrim or whatever, or Baby Driver, there is just these things where I'm just like, oh, from the script to the cinematography, for everything. I'm like, oh, this is such a thought out world. And the world of The Run, I was like, it was just like bland and just kind of generic. It just felt very much like,
There's a visual language that you get with Edgar Wright that was, to your point, completely missing. This felt like anything that we've seen
You
over the
see
past
tiny
like 10
glimpses
years.
of it. You see tiny glimpses of it, and I got so upset because there was a moment in the trailer that we see this. You've seen this in the trailer where there's like he's like running from the assassins, and like there's this one like long tracking shot where like a drone goes out from outside of a hotel through the hallways, and there's bullets flying and everything, and he runs down into an elevator, and that's the thing. He's like, I got the grenade, that thing. And in the movie, there's like this CTV filter on it that like has this like terrible frame, and it looks like you're watching it on TV, and it kind of just dulls all of the edges of the beauty that shot is. And that's kind of a metaphor for this entire movie. Every sharp edge that Edgar Wright has in his repertoire that I know that he can deliver on something that's both action-packed and funny. Like, he's really good at like slapstick levels of action here. And it just fades away because it tries to like make this like sort of look or aesthetic that never really hits for anything in this movie. There's no visual identity to the movie here.
Let's discuss Glen Powell. Because Glen Powell is in many ways, the Anthony Edwards of movie stars.
Lock me in.
He's the Anthony Edwards of movie stars. Okay. So Anthony Edwards comes into the league. He is the #1 draft pick, although still kind of unknown into what he is going to be.
Right.
All right. But what does Anthony Edwards look like once you start watching him play? He starts looking like the classic archetype.
The classic two.
The classic NBA superstar. Charismatic, hyper athletic, and a guy who can explode and take over a game. You go, there's your guy. There's your Wade. There's your, not Kobe in play, but
more Jordan, really.
Yeah. There's your Jordan. This is the guy. This is the easy guy. This is the guy that if everything meets up, this guy takes off.
And he's charismatic.
And
in a world where most like basketball players are very boring and manicured, you're just like, oh, the character matches the play.
There's an authenticity to him.
Exactly. That's what Glen Powell had, that thing where you're just like, oh, in interviews, you're just like, oh.
I like him.
Yeah.
I like him. This is the guy. Handsome, not in an overwhelming way. Charismatic, you can connect with him. The guy you want to be the face of your league.
Tom Cruise before the Scientology.
Yeah, the guy you want to be. Like when you look at Brad Pitt was always going to be a little bit too weird to be in that mold of what Tom is going to do.
Leo was too successful right out kind of the gate to be that.
Yeah, but Tom Cruise was the all-American. This is what you want. And then and is having a fantastic career. He's a really great player. But you keep waiting for the moment that he will dominate so much at the craft that it will be undeniable that he is the #1 guy.
Yeah.
That's the Glen Powell thing. He has all of it, but he needs to go win a championship or an MVP.
Or at least get to a final.
Like, right. Not saying that he hasn't, and has had big moments, and so has Glenn. He's had twisters. He's had anyone but you.
Anyone but you.
Big joint with Sydney Sweeney, who could kind of be the Ja of
no jump shot,
like
not hustling.
You know what I'm saying? Was doing just fine. Had taken everything over.
Hey, everything's fine in the West.
Oh, yeah, everything's fine in the West. Then all of a sudden you see her with NBA Trump boy and
NBA Trump boy. If there's an issue, I'll talk about it.
But back to the point of Glenn. I don't know if this movie is going to stop his momentum this much, because I still expect this to be pretty successful. But it is one of those joints where you have a dud in the playoffs and we start to wonder, is that movie star thing going to happen for him? Is it supposed to happen for him, or do we want it for him?
Does Glen Powell, as an actor at this point, have the range? Where I realize in all of the other movies that I've seen him in, he was asked to do a very, very specific thing, but I don't necessarily know if his charisma or like the depths of him, like this movie requires him to be angry. It keeps telling you, this is the angriest person on the face of the planet. And when Glenn Powell tries to play angry, I'm like, oh, he's acting.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I can tell
It's hard.
He's
but
forcing
that's
it.
not. But he's miscast.
Yeah.
That's why.
And I think that's the portion of it to where I'm willing for there to be a little bail, because like
Sure.
after a while with Tom Cruise waited till later in his career for Collateral.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise waited for later in his career to try to pull off the vampire Lestat. Like I don't know if Glenn Powell at this point is right for this role.
That's where I'm at. I'm like, I think I got to throw my man some bail, because the whole point of like Glenn Powell is charisma embodied. Like that's his whole thing. And this character has zero, right? And so you're asking to bring it back to, throw another basketball out there. You're asking Klay Thompson to go out there, but you can't shoot threes. Like what are you supposed to do when you're Klay Thompson, you can't shoot threes? Like it's just hard. It's just tough.
I feel like I would go with that analogy if this movie wasn't structured in the way that it is, because I might be a little bit more punishing to Glenn here, because the entire structure of this movie is him being ushered from scene to scene with partners that he has to act across screen with that will out charisma, out act, and outshine him in every other moment.
Right, but I think that's also a product of the
But it's a
script.
product of him being miscast. But
yeah.
like, it also makes me feel like he couldn't find his footing at any scene.
No,
You want to know who he actually is?
Because they're in the right movie.
Right.
And like Michael Cera's in the right movie.
Yeah.
When Michael Cera comes into the movie,
Oh my God.
when Michael Cera comes into the movie, he's madcap, all ball. It completely becomes an Edgar Wright movie.
Josh
Yes.
Brolin is in the right movie.
Josh
Yeah.
Brolin is in the right
Coleman
film.
Domingo.
Coleman
Domingo's in the
Domingo
right
in the
movie.
right, in the right film. All of these people
Katie
are
Bryant in the right film.
the right movie. They're in the right movie. And Glenn Powell is not in
You
the
know
right
who Glenn
movie.
Powell to me is? An actor who went through a similar trajectory to me is like Matthew McConaughey.
It's the same shit.
Matthew McConaughey, great in rom-coms. And there was a moment where they were trying to be like, can he be a star? Can he be a star? And it was kind of backfiring. And it wasn't until like Dallas Buyers Club and True Detective where like Matthew McConaughey kind of locked into the next stage of his career and what he needed to be. And I'm just like, oh, Glenn Powell needs a lot more. Like, he should have done more rom-coms, in my opinion. Like, he needed a couple more
but that's
years.
not the
why-
landscape now, though.
But that's why I'm like willing to. I'm obviously it's just one bad.
Yeah, we're
movie.
not
I'm
giving
gonna
up
say-
on
yeah,
him.
We're not giving up on him. But I'm watching Anyone But You, and he's carrying that movie.
Yeah.
On his, his back. You know what I mean? And so like I can see it for him.
Yeah, Hitman.
Hitman genuinely made me believe in him, because I was like, oh, he could really do it all.
You believe in him because he showed it. It's there,
It's
right?
there.
Yeah.
It's there. But what I'm saying is that, like, and by the way, this happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On your rise, everyone, we are so hyper-focused on every single thing that everybody does, even in the NBA, as we talk about Anthony Edwards. Why don't we just let him play the games?
How long has even Anthony Edwards been in the league?
He's been in the league for a while. I
What,
think it's
2020 was a 2020.
like
draft,
5
yeah.
years.
But like, that's kind of like Glenn, where you're just like, 5 years is a long time, but in the stretch of just like a career, like, it's not actually that long.
Right.
No,
And so that's what
yeah.
I'm saying. When you see all of these traits in somebody, you want them to be, this is the person to take over.
Mhm.
You
But
want them
then-
to be Wemby right away.
Mhm.
Like,
Well,
Right.
even Wemby though. You
Well,
throw,
but no, he was getting hurt.
you throw a double team at Wemby. Well, sometimes Wemby don't know what to do.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is the real kryptonite.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, DeAndre Ayton, we dominate, nigga. But no, so and these are lessons that are learned,
Yeah.
and they get learned in big ways by
Mhm.
actors sometimes. And McConaughey, with everything that you're saying, once again, this is later in the career. His face had changed just a little bit.
Mm.
He had also built up to that. What was the movie that he played when he was it Mud?
Mud was great.
Mud. He had.
Did he do No, he did Interstellar before or after that.
I'm not sure if it was before.
no,
or after.
Interstellar was, I think it
Interstellar
was Dallas Buyers
2014.
Club. And then it was, no. It was all
Interstellar
around-
was
Dallas
2012.
Buyers Club was 2013. Interstellar was 2014.
2014.
2014. Goddamn. So like he is
Great run.
Yeah.
So he is he's building up to it. But this is also after he's established as an entity and we know him in one way. So I say all this to say that like it's not that you need to sell your Glenn Powell stock at all, but this in fact was a demonstration of what Glenn Powell does not do well right now in his career.
I would argue this is maybe a larger conversation, but there's an indictment on just like stars in general and how like you mentioned Tom Cruise, like there's a level that Tom Cruise can hit. I mean, you mentioned this on the last podcast that acting, like we thought like it was easy. It's a lot harder.
We thought movie starring.
We thought movie starring was easy. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
We just saw with Glenn Powell, and frankly, do they make Tom Cruises anymore?
No.
I don't
But
think
also,
they do.
is it on us? Are we putting too much pressure on the Glenn Powells of the world to look for the next Messiah?
No.
To look for the
I don't
next Tom
think that's
Cruise?
fair.
Because
I
he
don't
was
think
moving
that's
like
true.
that. Here's the thing. The industry was moving like that. He was being anointed like that. You just can't be like, when
I mean,
you get
getting a cosign from Tom Cruise, The Flash got a cosign from Tom Cruise, so we can
I mean,
like.
maybe,
Nah, it's
but
different.
we again, like Top Gun Maverick was the thing, right? And so we all came out. I mean, everybody got the stimmy except for Miles Teller off of Top Gun Maverick, right? And so we're looking at everybody like a little different. But I legitimately think like you could maybe make the argument for Chalamet, but everybody else, and we'll see Marty Scream tonight, so who knows? But outside of that, I don't know if they're making like real movie superstars anymore.
I will also say this. We got to shoot some of them some bail. I feel like Chalamet and Zendaya are at that point as like actors where it's like everybody goes to them first. So
Yeah.
you kind of just like, well, you get the top pick. You get the best shit of the best shit.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, damn, like, well, if Timmy
Chalamet pass, Timmy pass.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
I mean, just also let's look at the actual mechanism of those careers, right? Those careers, particularly for Chalamet, it starts with I demonstrate that I am a phenomenal actor in character-driven movies, movies that are not big, huge, gigantic productions, but just movies where I have to demonstrate to people that they will care about a character that I create.
Yeah.
And I do that for years. Then when I choose my gigantic, huge blockbuster, it is a big budget evolution of that.
Right.
It is me being me portraying a character that has the weight of his family on him, that has the future of the universe thrust upon him, that is continuously and almost ever presently litigating every single aspect of his personality and all of these relationships. That's learning new things. That's all. It's an exploration of things I've already done on screen on a bigger stage. And then you undergird that gigantic, huge movie and people go, you're a movie star. When really, what it actually is you doing the character work that you've already done, but with a sword and with a $200 million budget. What I mean to say is it's a smart choice in doing that.
It's like the level of like not only that, but it's having the talent and also the personal and political like cachet and smarts to make those right decisions. Because you like the amount of talent that you have, Timmy could have all the talent in the world, which it seems like he does, but he could also make the wrong decisions with taking on roles or jobs that don't highlight those things.
Well,
or he could be in a flop, or he could be in a bad
One way
movie.
to do that is just, I mean, and obviously we're not going to besmirch the career of Edgar Wright.
No.
Is you work with a 24 karat gold auteur. When you want to take that big step, when you want to take that gigantic step, that is what you do. Will Smith did it a different way. Will Smith said, hey, you know what? For the next X amount of years, it's going to be me against the aliens. So throw all the aliens that you have at me. I'm going to fight the aliens for a while. I'm going to fight the aliens in Men in Black. I'm going to fight the aliens in Wild Wild West. I'm going to fight amorphous source and enemy of the state. It's going to be Will versus. And I'm going to swagger my way through all of those situations. Part of that, I can name you a dozen actors that were on the trajectory that just made the wrong choices. Really talented people. Now, I'm not saying this was the wrong choice. Edgar Wright wants to do The Running Man, you're Glenn Powell, you pick up the phone. But it is probably very important for him to understand, or for anyone to understand, what he's not good at this point in his career.
Do you also think that Edgar Wright is struggling as a director? Because I feel like he's now living in a world cinematically and creatively that he helped create, where it's like, I remember being in high school and college, and it was just like the special things about Edgar Wright when you would see like a Scott Pilgrim or Shaun of the Dead or Baby Driver, other people started like cribbing. This is around the time when it's like the Avengers movies are out and everybody's super quippy and it's pop culture references and like really fast cuts. And I'm like, oh, Edgar Wright is still an auteur and he's still special, but there's a lot of his DNA and everything. So it's like, it's almost less special when you see it.
I wouldn't even say that because if I'm being completely honest with you, I'm the MCU's biggest soldier. It looked like mid 2010s MCU movie. Like that's just what it looked like.
What Running Man looked like?
Yeah, and not in a good way. Not in a good way, and that's tough.
Doctor Strange better than that shit. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but Doctor Strange is.
But-
I'm talking like
I'm
Winter's,
fucking
like
with
after
Doctor
Winter
Strange.
Soldier, just that little
But
like.
there's a reason why he was supposed to direct Ant-Man. Even
Yeah.
like there is like, even though like he's not on that movie anymore, when you watch Ant-Man, you're like, oh, I could see how
see
this
the
is an
DNA.
Edgar Wright movie.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could also argue that one reason why he wasn't on Ant-Man is because he had we assume that Edgar Wright's version of Ant-Man would have been better.
Yes.
We assume that.
I like Peyton Reed's version.
Right. We assume that. We don't know that.
Because
Yeah.
Edgar Wright has come out and basically he was asked, I believe, on like a Reddit like Q&A, what happened on Ant-Man, and the way he described is essentially like he wrote the movie before.
Yeah.
So he was doing his auteur thing, but
Yeah.
by the time like it got time for production, the MCU was like
Yeah.
That was
already
a machine.
It
at
was
that
a
point.
machine. They had a way of doing it, and he's Edgar Wright. He's just like, I'm not going to collaborate in this way with y'all.
Right.
Like,
So, yeah. So we assume, like I said, that movie is better if it's Edgar Wright. And maybe it is, but also maybe it's not.
Mhm.
Maybe that film, if it is all through the lens of one guy, and if it doesn't reflect the sensibility of the larger Marvel project, and God knows I don't want to get into a Marvel conversation on here. We've
Why
done
not?
so well at not turning everything into a Marvel thing.
Yeah,
We did
yeah.
for the last month.
It's great for clicks.
But maybe it's not
Right.
a better movie. Maybe Reed's movie is better because that's the way you make those types of movies. And if somebody it's always awesome for a director to have such a strong vision of a movie that they're uncompromising with it. But also, sometimes that willingness or that need to be singular and focused, it stymies collaboration.
Mhm.
And when you do that, sometimes you get a worse movie.
And-
sometimes you get Taika Waititi is a perfect example.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes you get Ragnarok. Sometimes you get Love and Thunder.
it's
Right.
about it's hit or miss based upon what it is that they want to do.
But there's also like a million different other decisions in that process that make ultimately a project something that we do or do not like. Like it's not just that one thing. I'm very curious
What are you
because
talking about?
when it comes to like, okay, like you have the script, you have these things that like are ultimately collaborating on how a scene is shot, what scene is going to get cut, what scene is going to get like all of those things that like a
They
million
didn't
different
cut no
people.
scenes from this movie.
Maybe we don't know.
It's 210.
It's
It could
yeah,
easily be 140.
right.
But you're saying what though?
I'm saying that of all the things that I love about Edgar Wright movies, and when we think that an Ant-Man movie could or couldn't have been better than what we got from the MCU, yes, he couldn't have been a good fit, but the things that what make a good Edgar Wright movie aren't in The Running Man. And from what we can probably understand is that
they aren't in the running.
They aren't in the running. The things that make a good Edgar Wright movie are not in this movie.
I actually disagree. I think the things
They're
that make
barely in this movie.
I think the thing that makes that Edgar Wright does well is all throughout this movie. It's almost too much. And like I actually think some of the sensibilities that were refreshing 10, 15 years ago are actually a little bit like, ugh. Like there's the things that I bristled against. I think the Kardashian fucking
Oh my God.
shit
Why?
was whack. It
That was in the
terrible.
movie all the time. We didn't need that.
We didn't need that. I think the two black characters in it, there's more than two black characters, but when Glenn Powell goes to the fucking hood and he's saved by the little kid, and there's the conspiracy theory guy, I was like, this is whack. Nobody told y'all this was whack? Like, come on. I thought that shit was I was a little bit like, fuck this.
It was teetering on a little bit like, all right, man.
The Americanos thing with the Kardashians was, first of all, to you guys' point, harping on the Kardashians' influence on culture is very 2017.
Yeah.
We know, right?
I mean,
Like, we get
I
it.
think
They've
the
been
script
here.
was probably written at a time where that seemed fresh.
Sean remarked on the big picture that this movie came together very quickly.
Oh,
So maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, and who knows how long
Sure.
idea is floating around in a writer's head. But like all of that stuff is made to kind of make us see that, I guess, what we're watching as far as the reality show of the Kardashians is actually not that much further. We're not that, the Running Man is not that much further from that. That was our entry point into that. The problem is, like, we know that.
Yeah.
So now we know that. Like, we know that our obsession with this sort of pseudo-reality television has groomed us into straying a little bit further away from using our minds to create art, and to you guys' point, a little bit more to create content. We're aware. We know. We know we one fucking generation away from Michael Jackson Beat It, tie your arms together stabbing contest sponsored by Pepsi. We know, bro.
I mean, honestly, you could go watch Mr. Beast. It is
Do all that right
way
now.
more craven than anything that's in this movie.
Right. So we know. So the point is, are we having fun?
Yeah.
Like, are we having fun? Is this high octane? And if it's not going to be fun, then it has to be, to your point, like the Hunger Games made oodles and oodles and oodles of money.
Yeah.
Being something that honestly is not that much fun to watch. But it's harrowing in a way that this movie wasn't.
Or if you take the Squid Game analogy, I think the reason that worked is like because that is such a world where it is just like the way it's designed, the colors, everything. You're like, it's so far removed from our world. You're like, oh, I haven't seen this before. With this movie, I'm just like, Co-op City. I'm like, this just kind of looks like slightly futuristic Toronto.
You got some weird mailboxes that fly.
Yeah, it was just like, it was very uninventive. I'm just
Hey,
like, wait.
physical media reigns supreme now, though. We still got tape decks.
Now, having said all of that, it's not like you're gonna go to the movies and like kick yourself in the Achilles. Which, by the way, I had an MRI this morning.
Oh,
How'd that go?
On my Achilles. We don't know yet.
Oh man, you don't want to end up like Tyrese.
Yeah, we don't know yet. So they MRI'd the Achilles. Not a great experience having an MRI on your Achilles.
No, it is not.
Wait, what?
They got to inject you with that magnetic fluid.
No, they don't.
No,
That's a CT. Is that a CT?
Wait, have
that's
y'all
an old- that's
ever
an
done
old
when they do
X-ray.
the MRI where you gotta drink the
drink the-
fucking shit?
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah.
puke every single time.
Yeah, you gotta-
That
you gotta-
shit's terrible.
You put the metal in your and then you go into the.
Yeah, it's not great. It's like just sitting there the whole time. My back was hurting. I was trying to listen to videos. I told the lady, the lady was like, what do you want to listen to? Like, I want to listen to music. I was like, no, put on a podcast. She's like, who? I was like, put on a podcast by a guy named Ryan Chapman on YouTube. He's got a podcast about nationalism. And I was like, okay, so I listened to the podcast about nationalism. It's over. And she goes, the next one is about Marxism.
Shout out to that nurse.
Do you
That's
want
great.
to? Do you want to listen
She
and
said,
learn
"Why?"
about Marxism? I was like, yeah. And
Why
she
not?
was like, okay.
You think she
And
learned a
she
lot
said,
that day?
Oh, she was like,
She's
this
not
is
paid
fucking
enough for this.
comedy.
Then she was like, put it. Yeah, it's not a.
Talk about that healthcare system.
I love
Marxist.
Ryan Chapman's videos. Anyway, so this one just kind of didn't work.
So here's the thing, and like I know we talked about like the movie not being fun. You think that people will go to the theater?
I think so. I think there are people that will have fun with it.
Yeah, it's the reception around this seems to be like mixed and to slightly mixed positive.
I will say, and I'm sure. I mean, we'll talk about it. The best scene in the movie by far is Michael Cera showing
It's
up.
not even close.
That's like the pinnacle of the movie, and once that scene happened, I was like, all right, the movie's got a little juice.
Also, can we please reassess the fact that we need to put Michael Cera in more things?
All right.
No,
All right,
for real.
well, he had a good show. He had a good 15 minutes.
I
might need to get
love
25
Michael
next
Cera.
week.
I grew up with Michael Cera. He's a star close to my heart. We got to stop with the take. We're like, we need more. I'm like, I think we're getting the perfect amount of Michael Cera right now.
I mean, how much Michael Cera we
I don't
getting
think
really
we're getting
outside of
enough.
Uber Eats commercials?
Whoa, he was in that Hulu show with what's her face?
He was in the latest Wes Anderson movie with Benicio. He was awesome in
Phoenician
that.
Scheme?
Phoenician Scheme. Yeah.
I just think we need the Michael Cera that we grew up with.
Yeah.
He was fun.
You want Superbad.
You
You
want
want
Superbad,
Scott
huh?
Pilgrim.
He showed Michael Cera has a way,
Yeah.
but he also showed a little range. He showed ways of being a short asshole kind of in Superbad to where he just kind of like cut you off real quick.
Yeah.
What's the playlist?
Zoe's Infinite Playlist?
Zoe's Infinite Playlist. I love that movie.
Nick
Great movie.
Nora's Infinite Playlist. Another movie that I read when I read that script, I thought that Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist would be the defining love story.
Are you serious?
I swear.
Hell yeah!
What was it? It's a
When
good movie. I
when
love that.
I
It's a
read
great
that
movie.
script, I thought Nick and Nora's
mames.
Infinite Playlist would be a Sleepless in Seattle level
Harry Met
romantic.
Sally level.
I was enthralled
No
with that
way.
script. I read that script around that time too.
Wait, did you read the Juno script too?
The what?
The Juno script?
No, I didn't read the Juno script, but like Juno itself is just such a brilliant movie.
Yeah.
Like Diablo, a dog. Like whatever she.
Yo,
like,
Michael
she's-
Cera was good in that.
was.
Too.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
Diablo.
great.
Diablo's a genius. But like it. I remember reading Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. I'm like, yo, I feel like I am in. I wanted it for them so badly.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was just
I need
a
to rewatch
great
that
way.
movie, man.
The movie itself was good.
Wait, were you disappointed when you were just like, damn, it didn't live up to the script?
No. The movie was good. The movie itself was good. Almost the script was phenomenal.
Dang.
It was a phenomenal script to me. Another one I read during that time, Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. I can't believe we talk about that.
Shout out Kat Dennings.
But
Kat Dennings is on my Mount Rushmore of milk. Oh, Kat Dennings.
You've told the
Milk
story.
Rushmore.
You've told the
Yeah,
story.
you said
told
this.
the Kat Dennings
You
story.
said
Dennings
this. You
story.
told the Kat Dennings
In
story.
real life.
I believe every
Haley,
word.
like I was doing a shout out to Zoli Griggs and Ashton Sanders and everyone, right? The fucking Wu-Tang show.
Mm-hmm.
The first season it premiered. RZA was there. Everyone was there. We there. We all doing it. We backstage at the thing. It's a whole Hulu deal. And I'm for my people, man. Fuck that.
10 toes down, the whole
I'm
way,
for
baby.
my people.
That's right.
I was backstage and there was a show that was called
Dollface.
Dollface or
Good show.
Dollhouse.
No,
whatever
it's
the fuck it was,
Dollface. I
Dollface.
watched both seasons.
Yep.
And I'm backstage about to interview, going out there to the Paley situation to interview them. And Kat Dennings walked through that motherfucker, and I was like, God damn, man. If you don't get Master's Temptation out of my motherfucking face.
Whoa! Right. Why?
Whoa.
Why'd you have to go there?
Fuck that.
Why'd you gotta
If
take it all the
don't
way
get
there?
Master's Temptation out of my
Whoa.
motherfucking face. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not fucking with this. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit.
And
hear
then
that
shout out
though.
Nick and Norris.
Shout out
Nick and
Shout
Nora's
out
Infinite
Andrew
Playlist.
WK.
Shout out Andrew WK.
Also, you want to
Shout
know
out Shay
we're
Mitchell.
doing
Shay
Spoiler
Mitchell.
alert.
Shout out Matt Babel.
we might be doing a white girl movie draft. You know what? Actually, around that time, another movie. I was like, damn, this is genius. 500 Days of Summer.
I was
Killed
thinking,
me.
yeah.
when
Killed
he said
me.
he thought that'd be the defining movie at that time, I was like,
It kind of
that's
was.
crazy. No, no.
500
Days of Summer.
500 Days of Summer was the one.
That's the
That
one.
was- yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I
And
was
the
like.
politics of the movie probably haven't aged well.
No, but like that was the movie of the moment.
That's what I'm. Yeah, and I was like, dang, that's crazy.
Especially for niggas like you, Steve.
That's
Yeah.
that's your.
Yeah.
That's your shit.
That
You are-
that joint.
if
Person being
anybody
a
wants to
wallflower.
know Steve,
Watch 500 Days of
500
Summer.
Days of Summer is Steve. That's Steve.
Steve
Yeah.
is a Joseph Gordon-Levitt ass nigga.
That's a Joseph Gordon-Levitt guy. All
Ooh,
right, so
back to Michael Cera.
but also, Jesse Eisenberg came along and kind of market corrected Michael Cera a little bit.
You
And
think so?
A little bit.
Yeah,
A little
yeah,
bit.
he
I
did.
feel like they're in different
Oh,
ways.
actually, no. Social Network is.
Social
Yeah, that was
Network
the
like,
absolute-
yeah.
Wait,
so-
last question on Michael Cera for me. Is The Social Network a worse or better movie with Michael
It's
Cera
way worse.
and the Zuckerberg?
It's
way
a
worse.
funny ass movie.
It's
with Michael
way
Cera.
I
worse.
think exactly the same.
Exactly the same?
You think he could do what Jesse Eisenberg
I
did?
think Michael
in The
Cera
Social
actually
Network?
could do a Zuckerberg in Social
man,
Network.
there's I don't know what it is. Maybe it's Social Network. Maybe because again, I just watched Now You See Me. The dickishness that Jesse Eisenberg
Oh,
can embody. I don't see
Michael Cera has that too, though.
Nah.
He could, but Eisenberg's got like
Eisenberg.
a
It's like
great
I want to punch
aura
him in the
that
face when I see him in movies. Right? Like it's just there's just something about it. Michael Cera.
You don't
maybe,
see it in Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim's an asshole.
He's a dick in that movie. He's a dick in Superbad. For whatever reason, it's a little more charming. It's a little bit more
There's
like
a safety that he has.
It's a little bit more like, yeah, he a dick, but that's the homie. You know what I'm saying? What can you do? Jesse Eisenberg, I don't want to be nowhere near him. If he talks to me like that, it's hands. If Michael Cera talks to me like that, I'm like, that's
Man,
my dude.
Jesse
He just-
Eisenberg will whoop your ass.
Really?
Jesse Eisenberg
I
will
told
fuck
her.
over you so bad.
But not if I'm on my back. If I'm on my front foot and I'm loading
Jomi,
up,
I'm telling you,
I
right
give
now,
him the
you're not-
jab.
You're not trying to see the Berg, bro. Jesse
the
Eisenberg.
bird.
Wait, Jesse-
I gotta see the bird, bro.
I'm tall as Jesse Eisenberg.
So back to Running Man. Like that Michael Cera scene does like the most in terms of like actually activating the story, like what the themes of the movie are, and it's just like fun and exciting.
Yeah.
And then he gets on the road. I love Amelia Jones. Shout out Task, the girl with the mullet, the
Yeah.
homie. The movie just stops.
Yeah.
Like in its tracks. To bring it back to basketball, since we're all doing basketball, it's kind of like I feel like the movie started off really, really slow. But once you start getting up to that Michael Cera scene, especially, it's like your team just comes out, you're down 30 immediately. Then you kind of go on like a 15-2 run, or you back and you find yourself back in the game. You're like, all right, man.
Like you down 7 now.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is reachable.
we
This is
finna okay, we might
It's
get
the
some.
hitman part of the movie where he's dressing up as the preacher.
priest, yeah.
He's in the hotel. He's doing like he's getting to be like a goofy guy who's running away from all the
Yeah,
hunters.
you might not win the game, but you made it respectable. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, you might come out the thing, you're having a good time. Once he gets in that car, 40-yard run for the other team, it's over, you lost. There's just nothing.
I
There's
think it
nothing to be
happens
had.
before that when he meets the little kid. After the hotel scene where he has to
Really?
with the black family, I was like, get the shit out of it.
I feel like that from there to the Michael Cera scene, like the dude doing like the black guy doing the thing, that was a little weird. But I still felt the movie had a little bit of momentum. Like him being the straight man to everybody else's wackiness, that worked. That worked a little bit more than I thought at the beginning. Because again, him playing fake angry, lame.
So Sean said something on the big picture that in the Richard Bachman novel, Richard crashes that plane into
Yes.
the network and everybody's dies and whatever. That gives that plane utility. The plane is now not just a set piece where something is happening. The plane is the method of death for the network and the conduit to freedom for Richards, who dies, right?
Yeah.
He's free of this chain of existence, and in his kamikaze action, he takes out the entire network. Now, obviously, we are not going to do that, right? Okay, that's something that's not going to happen. Obviously, we're not going to do that. However, if you're not going to do that, you shouldn't get on the plane.
Well, you got to know how many bathrooms are on the plane.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're not going to
God,
do that, the plane is nothing. And all the plane did was confuse me because they want to kill him. They could have killed him, but they're not killing him. There's a pause in what is supposed to be the central premise of the movie, which is everybody's out to kill this guy at all times. The fact that this is good for the television show gets lost in what's supposed to be going on. And in Task Lady from Coda as well, as like I'm like, where are we at? And the movie just peters out.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing that can happen to a film that's supposed to rely on tension. It's a chase film.
Yeah.
It just peters out. I'm like, okay, so they're not killing him. We got to break into action. There needs to be something dramatic. I'm not sure what she represents in this film. It doesn't. And then we get to the end. It's like the movie's over.
Yeah.
Richards wins. I'm like, I just don't fucking feel it. Like
No.
I don't feel it. It didn't
I don't
work
even
in the
think
end.
I don't even feel him turning into this revolutionary hero. That was a little bit like the
No.
movie kept telling me that that's what's happening. I was just like, I don't really buy it from
No.
Glenn. It wasn't.
When it ended, I was kind of reminiscent about you remember the Black Mirror episode with Daniel Kaluuya, where he's like on the bicycle and they're about like social media influencers, and then he threatens to kill himself, and then he becomes a social media influencer that's about
We're
revolution.
talking about when
and
they
stuff.
were on the singing competition or whatever.
Yeah. I kind of got that vibe with what they were thinking that they could do, because like the thing that would like want to destroy the network. Oh well, if the network thinks, oh well, if this captivates the people, we'll just buy it and use it. That's a great type of thing to know that like, oh well, when the corporation tries to like welcome in the thing that is welcoming their demise, it would eventually kill them. Then it, like I said, it just peters out to the degree where like now it's just this chant of just. He lives, and then we shoot the guy. Shoots the guy at the end, and then cut.
It goes. Richards wins. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I don't. Yeah, it's mad frustrating, especially like I guess Josh Brolin is the main antagonist, but the secondary antagonist is Lee Pace, and we see his face for like what 10 minutes, if that, and it's Lee freaking Pace, man.
He's
Give Lee
great.
Pace some juice.
I love Lee Pace in the movie.
He's
I
amazing.
thought-
I thought he has a great character. His character,
I
he has a
know,
great
but
character.
like, but that's
Bro,
what I'm saying.
all of this stuff could work, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just being for real. The
Yeah.
hunters, all of this
All of
stuff,
it work. Could
all
work.
of this stuff could work. And once again, it
It
is
don't.
not like
But it don't.
we disagree. You might have some fun inside of the.
You
Running
will have
Man.
fun if you watch the clips on YouTube in like 6 months when it's on.
Wait, so
Paramount
we
Plus.
do have to get to nerd news. So do you like? I feel like we've talked through the movie. Are we ready for the midnight meter?
Certainly.
All right, guys, y'all know what the midnight meter is. 1 to 12, 1 being the worst. 11 and 12, though, reserved for absolute game changers. I'm going to switch it up. We'll start with you, Steve, then go to Jomi. What are you giving this, Steve?
I'm giving this a 4. It bummed me the hell out. It really, really did. Everything that I could have liked about this movie on paper was disappointing me, and the movie's an ultimate disappointment.
It's a 5. I think. I mean, we've talked about it. I think there's a lot of supporting characters do a lot of heavy lifting in this movie. That's supposed to be a one-man star vehicle, and so like that's ultimately like one of the main problems. I think just bland directing from a guy who we've become accustomed to showing us like really great flashes. So for me, just right in the middle. It's a 5. It's a weak 5.
I'm going 5 as well. And I hate that I'm saying this, but there's been a lot of dirt thrown on like the superhero genre, the Marvels, the DCs, the Star Wars, the world. And I think Running Man is a perfect example of like, this is IP. And I'm like, yo, these movies are hard to make. These big spectacle movies, getting it out. And I just think that like, I'm very happy that we're getting these styles of movies again. But I do think we do have to lock in on how you land these planes. And if you don't have a superhero that I already love in the center, you do need a type of charismatic actor. And I think Hollywood needs to kind of like start being like, all right, what can we do to kind of get these people like a
Right.
Glenn Powell to that level? Because Glenn Powell is not Schwarzenegger. I think like you can say whatever you want about Schwarzenegger as an actor, but I
hey.
think he's just like when you watch the original Running Man, you're like, oh,
But
I'm
his physical-
staring at
like,
Arnold.
Even his physical size.
Yeah,
in that
no,
movie
he's
just made him look so formidable.
His comedic presence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, another thing was, in this movie, Glenn's supposed to be the angriest man in the world. He's also supposed to be some kind of badass, and it never comes quite through. I desperately want to give it 6, but I have to give it a 5. Once again, there are things in the film for you guys to enjoy. Coleman Domingo, Josh Brolin, whatever Josh Brolin is in, I enjoy him in. Josh Brolin is perfectly cast.
Yeah.
Josh
Oh,
Brolin
he's
is my
great.
favorite
Yeah.
part of this
He was
movie.
working those veneers. It was
Working
great.
in there, Josh Brolin is perfectly cast. Perfectly cast. At the end of the day, the movie is just too tonally all over the place for it to be something that I could rate any higher.
All right, with that, we're pivoting to nerd news. Nerd news. A bunch of DC stuff dropped this week. Reportedly, The Wrap on Thursday confirmed that Brainiac is the villain of the sequel to James Gunn's Superman, Man of Tomorrow. I haven't seen James Gunn poo-poo this report, but yeah, The Wrap is saying that it's Brainiac like we all thought it was. And then the Hollywood Reporter revealed that Jimmy Olsen is getting a show titled DC Crime by the team that did American Vandal. Dan Perrault and Tony Yacenda will write, executive produce, and showrun this true crime series centered around Olsen. And the first villain of this true crime mockumentary series will be Gorilla Grodd. So I'm going to start with you, Van. Between the Brainiac news, the Jimmy Olsen news, how are you kind of feeling about maybe James Gunn's plans, especially, it seems like he is doing what he said he would do, which is making Superman the heart of the DC universe.
I think this is 2 good choices. I think the choice to go with Brainiac is, obviously I think we expected it. I think the choice to go with Brainiac, put Soup and Lex together to go with Brainiac is,
Love the idea.
I love the idea.
I love it.
And
Wait, did you hear the rumor though? I don't believe it, that people are saying that Baby Joey, I think that was his name, the green little baby, is Brainiac. I'm like, all right, I don't
That's
think so.
funny.
Nah, that's
They said his future self, he's gonna come from the future. I don't know if that's true.
if we got to
Oh,
cut back to that CGI
Oh,
river.
that's funny. That's funny. I think the Jimmy Olsen show is a genius idea.
yeah,
I hate the Jimmy Olsen idea.
I love it. I love it.
Love it.
So in a vacuum, I love it. I love American Vandal. Should have got 1,000 seasons.
so good.
It's such a great show, and so bringing that to the DC universe with Jimmy Olsen at the center, with those 2 guys at the helm, I'm there 100%. In the bigger scope of things, I've said this once. I'll say it again. Got bigger fish to fry, big dog. You know what I'm saying? We out here doing the Jimmy Olsen show, man.
Just,
Wonder Woman ain't got a script.
They got to
You know
build,
what I'm
man.
saying? I'm just saying.
Let me tell you what
I know I sound like a hater, but I'm sorry.
The reason why I hate it is because of this. Number one, let me tell you the way to me that you would do the television stuff that Marvel got wrong. What Marvel did on the TV stuff was try to create 8-hour narratives, 9-hour narratives on characters that we didn't have 9 hours of care about. And I'm not saying that like we would have never had 9 hours of care, but we certainly didn't in the outset have 9 hours of care or 5 hours or 4 hours. I think there's a genius in the conceit of this show. I'm not saying it's gonna work.
I think it will work.
But the genius in the conceit of the show is this. Jimmy worked. We like Jimmy. Cool. We make a show that is something that people already watch, which is the true crime stuff, but we do it based on characters that you need to establish or you want to establish to have a wider DC universe in a true crime, like an anthology. To me, if you do that and you land that, it's both taking advantage of the watching habits of people already, taking advantage of a character that people enjoyed already, and then also, if you're smart about it, introducing people to characters that they might not know. And it is, to me, a way of looking at the television landscape and going, let me not force somebody to watch something. Let me give somebody something in a digestible way with something that's worked and see if we're smart enough to make it amazing. I personally think it was when they just said that they were going to do a Jimmy Olsen show. I'm like, that's not gonna work. And the reason is because what the fuck Jimmy Olsen gonna do? Jimmy Olsen gonna run around taking pictures? No. But like you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if the show is a DC crime show that gets into some of these other characters, I think that could work. I think that's a smart way to do it.
This is going to be the Big Sean of DC TV shows.
Where it's like for no reason.
What? It's crazy. There's no need for that.
For no reason.
Big Sean at the crib.
No, say whatever you want, but just know that
this ain't a safe space.
Oh boy.
Here's the thing, as someone who was like a Big Sean fan, there was a level where
nigga a cold rapper, fuck y'all.
But there was a no.
I don't like it when people do this. Big Sean is
I was a fan of Big Sean, but there was a time where it's like Big Sean would be over like, Mercy. You're like, damn, like I think I like Big Sean. And then you would listen to the album, like, this a little bit too much Big Sean. And it's the same thing with Jimmy. I like with Jimmy Olsen next to Superman and Lois. I'm like, I love this man. Then when you like, here's 8 hours of Jimmy, I'm like.
But it's not 8 hours of Jimmy. See, that's the thing. It's not 8 hours of Jimmy. It's 8 hours of
Jimmy and Gorilla Grodd?
No, it's 8. No, Gorilla Grodd is just one, I think.
Or no, I think the first season, it's like a true crime doc. So I think I might be wrong.
Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah, I mean that could be funny. Again, but other people could come in and out. It's not like
sure, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like a Gorilla Grodd. This is going to be the Gorilla Grodd season.
I'm gonna be real with you. If it's all on Gorilla Grodd, that could be tough.
I might be wrong.
There's a lot of game left. Again,
I thought if it's all on Gorilla Grodd, well, I'm not saying that won't work. But I'm saying that is now you got to make it's a show. You got to make a show.
My opinion is I like what you said where it's like if it's the anti-Marvel because I've always hated hearing we think of the show as an 8-hour movie. That's been terrible. That's never worked for me. And if they want to structure it because knowing that the people that made American Vandal are behind this, again, this is the kind of the test that we've seen with Marvel where you're like, okay, we'll shave off the dull edges of all of these great creatives that we get in that have made these great shows that would fit these characters, but ultimately it just makes these things that are jumbled up in the Marvel machine. I think the people that make American Vandal could easily come up with something in that vein that fits Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla Grodd at the center of it. That's so funny. That's great.
I think they could.
They could.
I think they could. I will say I'm still very excited for the show, For some reason, I thought it was one was going to be on Gorilla Grodd, another one was
I
going to be
might be
on.
wrong when I
You
read
you're
it.
probably right.
I'm pretty sure like the whole season is going to be like leading up.
Because to your point, if they
Grodd.
did an episode where they're like, oh, the first episode on Gorilla Grodd, the next one is going to be on Lex, and they were kind of doing like a true crime documentary of like how Lex
Case of the week
That's a little
kind of
fun.
thing.
Yeah, that's a little
Like
fun.
I would have liked a more Case of the Week thing.
Again,
I think
guys,
that's funny.
guys, let's be serious. They got Clayface coming next year. They got Supergirl coming next year, and they got Man of Tomorrow. That's it. That's all on the docket.
JV. This is like
It's
too
not
much
being
JV
for
shit.
real.
Iron Man was
No,
JV.
we got
before
Lanterns.
that.
We got Lanterns.
On TV. I'm talking about just movies.
JV shit.
Let's be for real.
I mean, but
You're not
let's
locked
be
in.
let's be honest, man. You guys always say this, but here's the deal. What's going to speak is the quality of the stuff. Now, if you go watch something that's good and you don't like it because it's about Clayface, that's fine. But let's be honest with you. Let's talk about the starters. Wonder Woman, starter. Wonder Woman 1840. Justice League, whole team of starters. Aquaman 2, starter.
So we should wait 10 years?
So no, I'm not saying we should wait 10 years. What I'm saying is that it is not the characters themselves that denote the quality, lasting, or staying power of these things. It is what is on the screen.
Well, can I say this? I think we've proven, I don't think this is for all movies, but I will say for IP storytelling, I think it is way harder to make 8 or 10 hours of captivating TV than it is to make a good, not just a good superhero movie.
I completely agree. But I also think, I totally agree. But we have proof of concept both ways. We have compelling Daredevil stuff, all about Daredevil, who is a character that I would say is like if we talking rappers, then Daredevil is like, he is...
Jadakiss?
Nah, maybe. Yeah, he a Jadakiss.
Like Jadakiss, here's the thing, Jadakiss, legendary rapper, one of the greatest rappers of all time, never became like a pop star, but had joints.
Yeah, and,
you know what I'm saying?
And also, you know that Jada is as good as anyone, but Jada don't have a pop sensibility, superpower of them. Wait, Daredevil is Jadakiss.
If we were doing like a MCU,
and Daredevil, nigga in Hell's Kitchen,
who would be in this versus of the MCU? Who would be Dipset and who would be the Locks?
Okay, so the Locks in the MCU, who the Dipset would be. So if Jada,
because going into that versus, everybody thought Dipset was gonna wash the Locks,
right? So
would the Locks be like, nah?
Would the Locks be the Defenders?
That's what I'm saying.
He's the OG Netflix Defenders.
The Locks would be the Defenders.
And who's Dipset?
The Dipset would be, I would say, probably somebody that people fuck with a little bit more.
Is it like
X-Force? An X-Force type of situation.
Ooh,
yeah. They had to we just thought the Dipset cultural powers was gonna overwhelm the Locks, but all of a sudden,
who would Avengers versus X-Men be in terms of like rap groups?
Avengers?
The Avengers versus X-Men would be like
X-Men are Wu-Tang Clan to me.
You think if the X-Men are Wu-Tang Clan,
wait, they're not?
They could be.
Then who's the Avengers?
Then the Avengers would be like The Rock.
Yeah.
Be like Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Be like Rockefeller.
Well, actually, no, it would actually be Rockefeller versus Cash Money.
Rockefeller
versus...
Yeah.
Okay, but who's Cash Money? Is Cash Money X-Men?
Now, hold on now. Cash Money is definitely the X-Men, because if you put... I say...
Cash Money is definitely the X-Men.
Cash Money is the X-Men. Cash Money is the X-Men. We're talking about the whole Cash Money.
Whole Cash Money.
Wait, who's the Wolverine? Who's the Wolverine of Cash Money?
Well, probably Drake. He Canadian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Drake is probably the Wolverine. He Canadian, he got...
Is Lil Wayne Professor X?
No, Birdman.
Yeah, Birdman is Xavier. Like, Lil Wayne will probably be Cyclops.
Lil Wayne, not Cyclops.
He's the Cyclops of this. Basically, Professor X's son. Like he the Cyclops of this.
Damn,
wow.
He is.
Yo, Wayne is Cyclops.
Wayne is the Cyclops of this.
Wait, who's Julie then?
Oh shit, that's a good question. Okay, so all right, so
Jubilee?
Wayne.
No, that's disrespectful. Actually, Juvie won a great. That's
It's just,
This is some young shit.
Juvie and
Juvy's
Jubilee.
one of my
I
favorite
love
rappers.
Juvenile. Don't do that.
Jubilee.
Come on now. The Juvie and the Jubilee.
Bruh,
It
this
just,
It's the alliteration.
it's a little disrespectful. Hey,
It's not a
real
little
quick.
disrespectful,
Real
bro.
quick, real quick.
It's fucking
Juvenile. My fault, OG.
yeah.
My fault. I tried to make a joke. It didn't land. That's on me.
Juvie's
I
actually
take full
Magneto.
responsibility.
Huh? Juvie could be Magneto, but if the Magneto,
Because Juvie leaving Cash Money, realizing like he's like, damn, the X-Men on some bullshit.
Yeah, but he had to have never been aligned with them.
yeah.
No, Magneto and Xavier were aligned for years.
Yeah, I gotta think. They were friends for a long time, but I wouldn't put The only problem is I wouldn't put Juvie as the villain in the whole mutant saga. If we wasn't gonna do Magneto, I like that idea though.
Mm-hmm.
If we wasn't gonna do Magneto,
Who's the second? Who? If it's not Cyclops and it's not Wolverine, it would have to be because Juvie was the one. He put him on.
See, Juvie is that's the problem. Juvie is the man, really.
Storm? Omega level threat?
Oh,
Gotta be Juvie. Gotta be. I know.
Is Nikki Storm?
Hey,
wait,
Juvie.
is Juvie Deadpool?
No. Juvie would have to be Storm, man.
Storm.
Juvie would have to be Storm. All the powers, really the coolest. Came out and was like, Juvie would have to be Storm. Now, we should make Storm a woman. We should make Storm like, you know what I mean? I don't know. We got to think about this. Let's do a whole show on this.
I'm strictly thinking just from a power set standpoint.
Let's do a whole show on this.
Because we haven't even got to the Avengers and The Rock. Because I'm trying to feel like who's the Iron Man of The Rock?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wait, actually, it would be Kanye would be Iron Man. Hove would be Captain America.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's Thor?
Who's the Thor of The Rock? Beanie Siegel. Why y'all laughing? Why y'all disrespecting these niggas, bro? Like, bro, why y'all disrespecting?
It's funny to think about.
Y'all young asses make me sick.
It's funny to think about.
Y'all don't. There will be
Again,
no
my fault, Juvenile. That's
fucking
on me.
disrespect
That's
for
on me.
Beanie
My fault,
Siegel,
OG.
dog, in any way, shape, or form.
It's just funny to think about him being Thor. Him wielding the hammer. I'm sorry. Can you feel it?
All right, that's enough.
The ASAP Mob is the Eternal.
ASAP Mob is the Eternal.
Like,
Yo, Gotti.
No, fuck all
I'm
this,
not
bro.
being
I'm sick of y'all young ass niggas, bro.
It's just funny to think about.
By the way, Avatar coming out is long. That's it.
We not gonna let Steve get us agenda.
Nah,
That's fine.
Avatar coming out is the movie gonna be long. That's it. I'm out of this. I'm over this shit. Y'all niggas getting on Beanie Siegel. How dare you?
I'm not hating on Benny Siegel.
No way.
It's
bro.
just funny to think about.
Hold on.
No way. We're gonna do
Thor would be Cam.
Thor would be Cam.
Thor would be Cam.
Thor would be Cam.
Beanie the Hulk?
Beanie is Hulk.
Beanie is Hulk. Thor would be Cam. Beanie is Hulk.
Because Beanie has to be Hulk because Beanie was fucking wild.
Yeah, Beanie was wild. I can't believe
Who's Memphis Bleak?
Memphis Bleak is probably like let me think.
Pepper Pot seed.
Don't you?
I'm hating.
Let me tell y'all something.
All right, that's
Don't respect these guys and what they did, bro.
my bad.
Respect these guys and what they did.
As long as I'm alive, he's a millionaire. He's not Pepper
I'm
Potts.
saying no, dog. I'm not going for that. I'm saying respect these guys, bro. Respect these guys and what
My
they
fault,
did,
Juvie.
bro.
It was a bad joke. My
bad.
fault, Juvie. That's on me.
Respect
Apologies.
these guys. Beanie
Apologies.
Siegel, Memphis Bleak,
Freeway.
all of these guys are legends.
Yes.
Y'all young asses don't respect these. Can't believe this.
I respect
You
all
don't.
of them.
You don't.
Why?
You said Jubilee was
Because
and
you Juvie,
Juvie,
Jubilee.
and then you said Pepper Potts. Disrespect. I'm gonna drop
Hey,
y'all
we gotta talk about that.
Jay-Z. No,
Okay, just making sure. Okay, for sure, for
we
sure.
never talk about that.
Got it.
Okay,
for sure.
and by the way, that was recorded after. That was recorded after. 'Cause
Hate to see that.
the first one got stopped and then they released that bitch after. That's still some shit. We don't talk about that though. Respect to our hip hop greats. Y'all niggas crazy. Y'all niggas.
Hey, Juvie, again, my fault, OG. My fault.
I would
man.
say that Bleak is like Hawkeye.
Okay.
I would say that's an assassin. Cold, important. I would say Bleak is
DJ
like a Hawkeye.
Black Widow.
Something like that, but maybe somebody, because there's a lot of Avengers. A lot of it. Oh, you know what? Bleak could be Spider-Man.
Bleak is not Spider-Man.
All right. I'm just trying to make sure shit stay peaceful. This week on the Ringerverse
You know what the
feed.
problem is? They're gonna be his DMs.
Don't give a fuck about
I'll be real with you. I think legitimately the Beanie Siegel and Juvie disrespect that went on here is I can't even.
I did not respect Beanie.
You did not respect them, right? You disrespected them. On Tuesday, Bud Mash is discussing Battlefield 6, Call of Duty, Black Ops, and Arc Raiders. Next Friday, House of R and the Midnight Boys are covering Wicked for Good. Our producers are Aleya, Zenieris, Devon. Jomi Adeniran on socials, hashtag Jomi back that ass up. Oh,
Wait.
Jomi back that take up. Oh,
That is.
Jomi back that
Sometimes
take up.
I'll be getting
Additional
down.
production from Arjuna Ramgopowell. Chuck takes out.
Running Man was pretty bad. Brainiac casting is pretty peak. All due respect to the legends, Juvie and Memphis Bleak. Wait, also, did y'all see the tweet where they were listing like, yo, who's the next successor to like Tom Cruise? And then they did the Denzel Washington, and I saw a bunch of our people claiming that white actors are taking the mantle from Denzel Washington. And I was like, who?
I saw that. I mean, I saw the big one that was like, it was supposed to be Chadwick, but then, he passed away. So we kind of have like that void. You know what I mean?
It was never going to be Chadwick. That's crazy.
It could have been. We don't.
I mean,
Chadwick, rest in peace to Chadwick. Chadwick was never the successor to Denzel.
Why not?
What would he have been? Is
that's
there a
not the
comp
kind
to
of
him
actor
or no?
Yeah, he's
That's
not
the
that
kind
type of actor.
He was.
No.
Denzel is the overpower. That's not Chadwick.
That's right.
Chadwick is more in the Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but Denzel was.
He's a chameleon more.
Yeah.
He was a chameleon.
Well, no. He was a quote unquote. He was a star, a true deal, but he also was kind of like quiet and understated.
Yeah.
Denzel is.
There's
Here I come, motherfucker.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Denzel's charm can sell a movie. Like I watch bad movies that I'm watching because Denzel is just like.
Can I ask you this though? Not to say that Denzel can't disappear into a role, but there's never been a point when I've been watching a Denzel movie and been like, "That's not Denzel. That's this character."
I think that's the credit to Denzel, though.
And I think
I
think that's
actually
what
disagree. I think that happens later in his career. I think earlier on in his career, I'm like before he's like fully. I think after Training Day.
I think that's the movie. I couldn't agree more. I think after Training Day, and
then
it's kind of like
Denzel.
Training Day is Denzel's Scarface.
Yeah,
Because Scarface and kind of Sin of a Woman. Because like more to the point, after Sin of a Woman, Pacino is
Right.
a caricature. Woo-ha! Like the whole
Yeah.
nine, he's going crazy. And Scarface is when he really starts turning up. But before that, really understated roles.
like
in
Philadelphia is like
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia,
Troy.
Mobile the Blues.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, have you guys ever seen Cry Freedom?
No.
We should do a Denzel movie draft. Like,
Denzel
like
movie draft.
we should Cry Freedom. Where he
Take that
plays
for
Steve
February.
Biko.
Glory.
Like, so there's
Yeah.
roles like that in it. Like that.
Because
Because
this is a hot take. I think Training Day is actually like would be a shitty movie if Denzel was not in it.
Of
If you
course.
put any other
my
character
God,
in the
yeah.
Denzel role, I don't think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
now, I agree. I will say this about Training Day. The conceit of Training Day is fucking brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah. The premise is
But
amazing.
it is written like it's written for dumb people.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
the premise of the movie could have been like whatever, but it's written like the fat action movie version of something like that. Think about the premise
Right.
of getting a young, his whole day, you are grooming him to take the fall for this thing that your
Mhm,
people are
mhm.
doing. That's some like real fucking
It's lowest common
crazy
denominator, yeah.
Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
Has
like,
to do the PCP.
shit, like
so,
the whole
yeah.
that whole thing is crazy, but the way that the movie comes off is in like the most accessible, dumbest.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna get my shit pushed in way of
Mhm.
because it essentially is really a of people in rooms talking.
But it's that
Yeah.
perfect marriage of script, performer, direction, all
You
the
gotta
things
give
that make it
I don't think a
accessible
lot of that
and
scene,
good.
a lot of the Denzel shit to me is not in the script. I'm like, I could tell that motherfucker's like,
Just
I'm gonna
cook it.
have to like cook on this shit.
Because when you think about Training Day, you do not think about the plot.
No.
No.
You think in
You think
the
about
plot.
Denzel.
You
You're
think
alone
about
on the
Denzel.
the diner scene, the car scene. You think of every scene that
Denzel's in.
Yeah, like you think you don't think about the plot, and the plot is actually in Training Day.
It's insane.
It's actually a pretty fucking insane
Yeah.
story, but
Yeah.
you don't think about the plot.
You got to
'cause
give
don't-
Ethan Hawke credit too. Like he sells like I don't know what.
Oh my
the hell's
god, all
going
of his
on.
stories about like how he tries to like carry water with Denzel is actually like
he was
the best.
fantastic in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys another movie. You guys ever seen a movie called Street Kings?
Have
I've
I seen
heard
Street
about it.
King?
So Street Kings is with Keanu Reeves in the lead, and it is trying its hand at being a grizzled LA crime cop
Mhm.
drama. I read that script, and back when I was shout out to my man Brett Bulatech. Brett's girl Lauren was working at CAA,
Right.
Interesting.
and so we would read all of these scripts. She would just get stacks of scripts, and me and Brett,
Oh wait.
me and Brett would read all of these scripts. I don't want to. Lauren is still out there doing her thing. I don't want to put her on Front Street, but we was reading all of these scripts, all of this stuff that was coming through. A lot of stuff that was coming through for Two-Face. What's his name?
Harvey
Oh,
Dent.
Aaron
Aaron
Eckhart.
Aaron Eckhart.
Aaron Eckhart, yeah.
Like, Thank You for Smoking. All of
Yeah,
those, like
yeah,
all of
Dark
that
Knight, yeah.
during the time that his shit was popping. And I remember I read the Street Kings script. It was not called Street Kings at the time that the movie came out. It was called something else. I was like, this is fucking amazing.
The script
This is fucking amazing.
The Night Watchman.
What was the name of the script?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm like, this is fucking amazing. And I read it, and then when the movie was coming out, I was like, they put Keanu Reeves in the lead of the movie. This is not a fucking diss. John Wick, all of this, Keanu
Yeah.
Reeves is the man. He is not right for that part.
No.
That was supposed to be some old, grizzled. He's playing like a dirty cop that gets caught up in this whole deal and the whole.
You need a heavy
run and
lifter
this-
for that.
You needed. That was supposed to be like that's like a Bruce Willis role
I was
or
thinking
something
Bruce
like
Willis.
that.
Yeah.
And then the movie came out and it looked crazy. It didn't do shit. It had Forrest Whitaker. It had House MD. Common was in it.
House
Cedric the
MD.
Entertainer was in it. House
Terry
MD.
Crews.
Yeah.
Apparently
Game. Chris Evans.
Like it's the
Little baby
movie.
Chris
I
Evans.
might watch this movie
I'm
now.
telling you, the movie.
Jay
is,
Morse.
The movie is not bad. It's not bad at all.
Even though it's sitting on a 37%. That's it's
I
not
don't
bad.
mind the movie.
Common
Okay.
is in this movie,
He
bro.
is. He's
In
not- he's
08,
not bad.
he was big in 08.
Speaking of Common, man,
But last thing, but if you had the Denzel Training Day
oh yeah,
Right.
energy in the lead of that, I'm telling you, people
Sure.
look at it
Different
But
totally
that also
different.
but that movie was a trendsetter. It's like, okay, now we need every dirty cop movie you got.
They had David Ayer direct it because he was the screenwriter on Training Day. So like
on Street Kings.
yeah,
It was his script.
exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of Common, I rewatched Now You See Me because I'm gonna go see the third one
Hell yeah.
on Saturday. When Common showed up, I almost like I was like, they had him as the FBI, the director of the FBI.
Common ruins almost every movie.
Don't do that.
No,
Come on,
no, no.
man.
You think he
Don't do
ruined
that.
John Wick 2?
He was good at John Wick. Come on, man.
No, I can't with Common.
I mean, that's the worst one, but he
if
was
we're
good in
doing
that
like
movie.
if we were doing like a rapper turned actor draft, I would never let Common on my board.
I think how deep? I mean, how deep is that though? You got
That's
like
not
you got
deep.
Will, you got
Tupac, you have-
you got Childish Gambino,
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube,
Ice Cube.
Ludacris.
Yeah.
This for a breakout. Let's just go ahead and do it. Top 10 of all time.
Will
Rap-
Smith
top
is
10
number
rapper
one.
turned
Will-
actors?
ra-
Will
Rappers,
Smith's number
rappers turned that. Top. Will Smith is number one.
Sure, yeah.
Smith's number one.
There's a number two that you guys. Okay. By the way, Gambino doesn't count here.
Why not?
Because he was
No,
an
'cause
actor.
he was an actor
He was an
first,
actor.
and then he started
So
rapping.
he used the acting to get in the rap.
Turn rappers.
Okay.
So Gambino doesn't count here.
You gotta be a
LL
rapper
Cool J?
first.
LL Cool J?
LL Cool J is literally number two.
LL Cool J is
Yeah,
number two.
LL Cool
Yeah.
J is.
It's like
He made a.
it's- and
yeah.
no one gives him his
Wait,
props or his
wait.
credit now.
Is Ice? Would you put Ice T?
Nah, hold on. LL Cool J is not number two.
It's Ice-T.
Ice Cube
Ice
is-
Cube's number
So
two.
wait, Ice Cube is number two, then LL Cool J, then
Then
Ice T.
Ice-T.
Ice T.
No?
Ice Cube
Damn,
been on
Ice-T's been on
SVU
TV
forever,
for
Oh,
bro.
decades.
we
now.
forgot Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah got to be top five.
Okay. This list is getting all fucked up.
This is a great list. It's a great list.
So Will Smith is number one.
Right. Yes.
Right, number one,
Yeah.
unequivocally.
The number two is I gotta go with Queen Latifah, bro.
Over Ice Cube.
Yeah,
Over
set
Ice
it
Cube, I
off,
gotta go with
and the
Queen Latifah.
Equalizer,
I know,
and all the
Latifah has checked all of the boxes,
Yeah.
but she also has the acclaim. It's got to be Queen Latifah at number 2.
And
It's
then
got to
Ice
be.
Cube number 3.
Ice Cube number 3.
Okay.
All right, now here I'm just gonna list off some people. There's Ice-T, Ludacris, Tupac, DMX, Andre 3000.
Okay. So
also Mark Wahlberg.
I'm
You're not wrong.
What you trying to do, Charles?
I was just
feel it. No, we're not going for that. He's a Mark Wahlberg is a fantastic big time. We're not going for that.
Certain requirements you got to meet there.
Okay, so then our top 5 right now is
Will Smith, Queen
right,
Latifah,
Queen
Ice
Latifah,
Cube.
Ice Cube.
Is Luda in there? I feel like
okay,
he's just in
so here's the deal. So
I think Tupac has to be.
Tupac.
I don't know, man.
Tupac has to be in there at some point.
At some point.
If we're not the greatest actor, but if we're talking about classic movies,
Pac is come on, man. It's like I think Pac is first of all, a phenomenal actor.
Yeah,
right.
But I think the thing what you would say with Pac would be, does he have enough movies?
Right.
Like if you go put Pac above LL Cool J, LL Cool J was in a bunch of different movies. Does LL Cool J's volume outweigh
Tupac's impact,
quality in terms of
I feel
juice, in terms of Above the Rim, in terms of
like
Poetic Justice?
I feel like clearly, but then
Gridlocked.
Ludacris. There's Ludacris's volume.
I don't know. I'm looking at LL Cool J movies. There's a lot of
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea, Slow Burn, SWAT.
Deepest Blue is my hat's like a shark.
I'm
not taking anything away from LL Cool J.
I love SWAT.
Yeah.
Okay, four is Tupac.
All right.
H2O.
Then who's 5? LL Cool J.
LL Cool J is 5.
LL Cool J is 5.
All right,
Into Deep is good. Into Deep is good.
I feel comfortable about that.
LL Cool J is 5. LL Cool J is 5. Now,
outside the top 5.
If we Luda's in the top 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
like DMX. Whenever DMX
is fun, man.
Is in the top 10. So there are definitely more people that are in this realm. All right, and we're not talking about rappers. We're not talking about.
Oh fuck, we forgot Eve.
Eve is in there. Jesus. Eve has been acting for a long time. Had a great show. Eve is in there.
Andre 3000 had a time when he was cooking.
Brothers was fun.
He acted for a while, and then it seemed like something he didn't want to do.
I mean,
what about
Tyrese not a rapper, but
if we just talking about singers and stuff like this, a lot of people. Tyrese definitely. Tyrese
Method
is a
Man?
fucking star, huh?
yeah.
Method Man.
Method Man. All of these people have had
Also
good careers.
Yasin Bey, my man Mos.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Oh,
Now, let me tell you
Mos
something.
is real good.
Hold on.
Real good.
Hold on.
Reed's just the top 5.
Hold on,
No,
hold on.
The
Let me
Italian
tell you-
job. Come
Let me
on.
tell you something about that. He must have got bored with it. I think he could have been.
He could have
one
gotten
of the-
an
I
Oscar.
think he could have been one of the top 5 stars in the whole town.
Him and
Hey,
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is
I like him in Be
brilliant.
Kind Rewind. That's a movie with him and Jack Black.
I think
Yeah.
he just got bored with it. I think Mos Def, like pound for pound, is just one of the
Mos
most
Def
talented individuals.
Magnetic. He has this weird
he just must have got
kilter.
bored. He must have got bored.
They
with
love it. They love
Must
it.
have got bored with it. Okay, but that's a top 5.
That's a good
Oh
5.
my
That's a
God.
top 5. I will say that just being for real, I could see Mos Def, Yasin Bey being in the top 5 as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Well, actually, I wouldn't mind. Now you can't take Pac out.
Can't take Pac out.
you could.
You could.
You can't take Pac out.
You from LA? Let's start the podcast. Jomi, I'm learning about you.
I'm just saying, man. You could.
I'm learning.
It's an
about
option.
you.
I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just saying you could. It's not set in stone.
Yeah, that was fun. 50 definitely deserves to be in the honorable mentions.
Then the thing
I'm not too proud to admit it. Dog, I was deep in the Power bag for at least like
Hey,
4
no
seasons.
way.
That shit was.
That's a
I
dynasty.
love
You don't like
Power.
Power?
I did not watch Power, man.
What?
That was
All
bad
right.
for me,
Oh,
bro.
you tripping?
This is crazy.
I was
That's
not
a good
good.
show.
Good,
I
that's
like
good TV.
That's a good show. You know what? This is my problem with
with
sometimes
these new blacks.
with these new blacks. This is my problem. You don't want to watch Power, right? Power is a a soap opera about the drug dealing world, right?
They got like book 3, like it's Avatar. Bro.
But
I'm
you
like,
watch,
God,
Star Trek
Emily,
Lower
and,
Decks
you
and
watch
shit?
Emily in Paris.
Yeah.
You watch
You can
Emily
stand to
in
watch some good
Paris.
TV,
But you won't
Jomi.
watch
But
Power?
you won't watch Power. You watch Emily in
This
Paris.
is-
Power.
I want to clarify.
Hey,
Power is
hey,
some
you know
is
what?
great
clarify.
TV.
Hey, you know what? I want to
clarify.
shout out. I want to shout out to Mari Hardwick as well. Yo,
That's
look,
right.
get up.
Yeah.
That nigga was that
Cooking.
character
I've been seeing
is
the memes.
cooking.
Wake up,
Yeah,
little
the
niggas.
150 degrees. It's
Bodies,
like-
bodies. That is from,
from
Snowfall.
Snowfall.
That's
Yes,
Damson
from
Idris.
You just did
That's
it
wrong.
again.
I did it
All
again.
right,
I did it
man.
again.
Did it again.
All right, man.
He did it.
I did it again.
This is insane.
I'm sorry.
These niggas don't even look alike.
Man, shout out Damson. Shout out Amari. Those two of the homies. Well, actually,
I
Damson
really
is
don't watch
more
either of them.
Milton.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But we know.
I'm sorry, guys.
Shout out Milt. Shout out Dev. Shout
Do you
out
want to
Vic.
know for real? Do you know the difference
Shout out
between
my homie
Snowfall and Power?
Yes, I do know the difference between Snowfall and
What is
Power.
it? What is it, Steve?
It's about drug dealing,
Oh my
and then Power's about that with the hip hop industry.
Nah, we can't, Steve.
It's fine.
Not only did you mix up niggas, you mixed up flavors.
Yeah.
You mixed up the caramel with the chocolate.
Look nothing alike.
Let's go. Let's
I'm
go.
just saying stuff now.
I wanted to say,
You
I don't
fucked up.
watch Emily in Paris. I hate watch Emily in Paris.
Nah, I don't want to.
But
Nah,
that's
it's
funny.
already over.
That's